Good afternoon, I'm Fe Karumba. I'm the new consultant of our beloved Mayor, Melina Requinto. I've been with the government service for nearly 40 years. I used to be, when I joined the government service, I was a marketing specialist. Then I'm the first provincial planning officer in the province of Iloilo. And then I became an economist, a project analyst, and then project evaluation officer 3. That's when I started when I was retiring. But actually, I also work some of my part-times as a business consultant to private persons, because I have also my educational qualification as Master of Business Administration way back in 1977. Also, I have some masters in public management. I got graduated at the Philippine Christian University. And Estancia is one of the municipalities which I usually visited during the nearly more than 30 years that I've been with the government service. The problem is you have beautiful visions for your municipality, but the problem is the funding. See? You know, we have beautiful dreams. We want to build these current structures. We want to build mega projects and so on. But the point is, where are you going to get the fund? Because she has a very good vision. You know, I said, this is what's this all about? This 1987, it's about her vision of making Estancia with all those tourism projects that she had. I said, well, it's very good. Before I left the government service, I know that Estancia is on tourism. So I said, well, let me see, what are your proposals for that? And I think she envisioned something, beautiful solutions to your problems also. And I said, okay, well, let's draft this. Although, you know, for those who have read these proposals that you have imagined, this is supposed to be, I think, it's the proposed agro-industrial economic development of Estancia. Why agro-industrial? Because, you know, well, one of the problems is low productivity in agriculture and the fishery. Although Estancia is known as the Alaska of the Philippines, I think that the resources have been depleted because of some illegal fishing practices that you have. So this time, we are going to make a proposal that would improve or increase the productivity of the browse. So this is the one I said, okay, we are going to prepare for you the so-called logical framework plan. This logical framework plan is the usual requirements of different funding agencies. If you're USAID, if it's in Australian, for example, they have this kind of requirements. This is a very, I think even ordinary person can understand this. Input, output. Okay, what are your other dreams or what you want? So we have the suggestions. So this is the logical framework that we have prepared for the proposed agro-industrial economic development of Estancia in answer for all her concerns and needs and problems. So probably some of you will be saying, well, it's overwhelming, that is very impossible. I said, you know, there's nothing impossible if you really want it to happen. And she has a lot of connections. Estancia has only 2,938 approximately hectares. So I said, well, if that would be the case, if you want to expand in your commercial areas and industrial areas, then we are going to reclaim. That's what even the proposal is being found in your comprehensive urban plan, reclamation. But in that reclamation, they plan to put up there, I think it's only for the commercial, but I said commercial areas. But as I said, it's not only for commercial areas, but you're going to put up your processing and manufacturing plants, because this time you are going to have an added value for your products in fisheries and your raw materials. So let's say we'll reclaim about 200 hectares of shoreline. Actually, in the proposal, they have only 50. But I said, there's the possibility we are going to have a 200 because there's an opportunity that you can afford now to fill up approximately 10 kilometers going lengthwise to the shoreline and 200 meters going to the sea. So if you fill up your 200 hectares of shoreline, now you have a reclaimed area or shoreline for your agro-industrial economic development, wherein you are going to put up your processing plants, warehouses, your depots, your container yards, and then also you have the high-rise, the small, for the medium and mass-scale buildings, residents. And not only that, but you have other commercial complex in that area because your workers will have to worry or go there to the mainland or to the main poblacion. So we are going to make your complex complete by itself. We are going to put up there a training center. You have also your hotels. And then, in that complex, we are going to have agro-industrial buildings, manufacturing, processing plants, refrigeration, and cold storage facilities. So, that's for your output. If you have an effect, if you put up those infrastructure facilities, what would be the effect then? The effect would be you have the available latest state-of-the-art production and facilities for agro-industrial development. So the impact is employment opportunities. Imagine if you have those warehouses, you have those processing plants, imagine your manufacturing plants, your cold storage. It will generate labor employment opportunities. We have thousands, not only for laborers here in Estancia but nearby. We have Batad, Balasan, even in the islands. The city will be coming here if you have this kind of opportunities. So for the whole province, your children and your children's next generation to generation. For example, if you are working there, if you have increase in revenues, chances are your salaries and wages will be going up, and chances are you can now get services of a lot of people, because of that increased revenues, and chances are the socio-economic situation of the whole municipality will improve. I don't care if this project you are proposing will be good, will benefit all of Estancia. That's why I ask her why is it that they will not approve. If you have presented this kind of proposal, I think they will just say, oh yes, you have seen all the advantages versus the disadvantages of your Sangguniang Bayan members. Then I have no choice but to transfer and give it to other municipalities for that matter. I have somebody in mind. I'm to give it to one city, transfer it.
Oh no!
If I cannot do, I know otherwise. So I have to say, well, in the future, I'm going to say, it's a pity, Estancia, you're given an opportunity. There is a chance. It takes a lot, billions. Well, the challenge is, and I didn't expect this kind of challenges, number one. The attitude of the Sangguniang Bayan members. Why we were told to come, and I said, you present that one. Okay, I'm going to present that. This is for information that will guide them in their decision whether they approve it or not. I was taken aback because when we approached and went there, we were told that we cannot present it anymore because they've already the result. I said, what's the result of the resolution? Then you know why? The information has been turned down. I said, how is this be possible? Because you have not heard, or we were not even given a chance to present this logical framework or the project of the mayor. How can you decide that you're not going to approve it or not because you do anything? To all the members of the Sangguniang Bayan of Estancia, if you really care for Estancia, please help Estancia improve. Please help the people of Estancia, not only for this generation, but in the next generation to come.